In the cosy town of Seljord, at the end of Seljordsvatnet, about 20 minutes walking distance from Rema, lies Norway's very first Viking folk school course. I'm Ludvig, and I have travelled all the way from Østgården on a mission to study these Viking students up close and hopefully learn more. This is Verkstad, the home of the Viking students, where we will get a closer look on what a day in their life is like. Already here in the stairwell, you can feel the Vikingness in your bones. Would you look at that? Real Viking wool. This Viking is doing the first steps before cleaning, drying, spinning, weaving, cutting, and then sewing her own garments. This Viking has gotten a little bit further on her garments. Now would you look at that? Leatherwork. Here you can see these Viking students have used cutting-edge technology to make replicas from founds of the Viking age. Leatherwork is an important part of the Viking crafts. You can use leather to make smart pouches that you can use to carry your coins or beads. It's also a great material for belts, of which there's no proof that they were wider than 2 to 3 centimeters. Here in the corner we see a mighty whittler whittling Nissa for Viking berserkers. Some say this is to bring luck in fights, others say it's used as a ritual during mating. Either way, cutting-edge technology have been used in this process. Look over here! A Viking student is attempting to make fire with their own self-forged fire steel. There's been many findings just like this one. And now, let's check out how this fire steel was made. The making of a fire steel is a hard process and takes huge muscle powers. Here we see smiths using all their force to turn a steel fragment into a fire steel. How it makes sparks is a ritual that has been used for many centuries. Now where they throw the steel on the ground and yells with all their power, "Odin!" followed by a skål with their favorite mead. Hey, we're going. Oh no! The Viking self-forged knife isn't cutting edge at all. Let's follow him and see what we can do. Precision, skills, and safety are required when you use cutting-edge technology. It appears as if they are making a needle-binding needle. Needle-binding is often compared to crocheting or knitting, but that is just because people have no idea what to call it. Needle-binding is easily explained when you use a rather big needle to make knots to form a piece of clothing.
Det var ju easy. Perfect.
Would you look at that precise drilling? This is true craftsmanship indeed. In the Viking Age, clothes were of much importance, especially during the cold, dark winters. Often clothes was traded with other goods, such as beads or coins. When Vikings wanted fancy colored clothing, they often clad them. They would get different colours using various plants and materials. I believe this one was made using blueberries. I have now camouflaged myself as a real Viking man, and I'm now following these students to learn on the challenges they may face on this extremely dangerous hike in these extreme conditions. The Norwegian nature, such a wonderful sight. The trees, the mountains, and your average Viking taking a casual hike to test their gear and taking pictures for Instagram. Masters of navigation, even if they couldn't navigate with the sun. Now, we have no evidence of them making hikes like this in the mountains, but we do know they were master navigators at sea, so they probably would be very good at navigating on land as well. At last, a well-deserved rest after all that walking. Our Viking students are a rather peculiar bunch. Some are short, some are tall. Each and every one of them have their speciality, their own thing that they master especially well. They trade and share with each other food, goods, care and knowledge, all different in each their way, but gathered here today to be enthusiastic over the crafts that date back to the 9th century. I think I might stay with them a little longer.